Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. 2 elected officials in the Wenatchee Valley now owe hundreds of dollars for failing to provide their personal financial disclosures to the state of Washington. A Wenatchee Valley figure known as the Hat Lady has passed on. Our weather will dry out and warm up over the next 2 days before more rain moves in this weekend. The man charged with shooting Alyssa Longwell to death along Badger Mountain Road last January will face amended charges when he goes to trial later this month. On Monday, Douglas County prosecutors filed 9 charges against 28-year-old Dalton Scott Potter, revising the original 13 counts he faced after his arrest. Police say Potter dragged Longwell from the car they were traveling in and shot her along the roadside, and then opened fire on witnesses in another vehicle. The new charges include murder in the first and second degree, 3 counts of first-degree assault, as well as witness intimidation and unlawful possession of a firearm. His trial is due to start October 23rd. The Washington State Patrol says a load of apples was lost, but no one was injured when a pickup towing a boat trailer sideswiped a semi hauling fruit down from Blewett Pass on Tuesday. A Tonasket driver was southbound just south of the summit about 12:40 p.m. and tried to pass the semi. The boat trailer struck the front of the truck as the driver swerved to avoid oncoming traffic. The semi, driven by a 34-year-old man from Eniat, rolled onto its side and lost its apples onto the roadway. Blewett Pass was shut down or reduced to 1-lane traffic for more than an hour after that crash. The 69-year-old pickup driver will be cited for unsafe passing. 2 elected officials in the Wenatchee Valley now owe hundreds of dollars for failing to provide their personal financial disclosures to the state of Washington. Wenatchee School Board member Catherine Thomas and Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinberg did not turn in legally required filings to the Public Disclosure Commission, which are meant to give insight into the financial relationships of public officials. Those filings were due in April, and neither Thomas nor Steinberg responded to inquiries from the PDC before a public hearing today. Commissioners fined Thomas $250, but she will only need to pay $150 if she completes her filing. Steinberg was fined $250 and must pay another $250 if he does not turn over his statement. It's the second offense for Steinberg, who was previously fined $250 for skipping a financial disclosure in 2021. There was no update regarding Wenatchee School District Board member Catherine Thomas at last night's meeting. Thomas was the subject of a discussion item during a board meeting on September 25th due to questions surrounding her residency. She was not present at yesterday's meeting in person or via Zoom, with Board President Maria Iniguez saying she had an excused absence. Iniguez said that there is a planned discussion that will happen with Thomas to address the concerns about her residency, though did not specify when. The update to that discussion will be given during the board meeting coming up on October 24th. When we come back, the city of East Wenatchee has put its proposed 2024 budget out for public review. The Wenatchee Valley College Foundation Board has announced its officers for the 2023-2024 year. And a persistent foe of grizzly bear reintroduction into the North Cascades, Congressman Dan Newhouse has introduced a bill to stop the process in its track. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now, during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV. #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands. Over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024. During the hot summer clearance sale, now only at Click It RV. 5 Superstore locations. Hurry in today.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
8 different political campaigns, 16 candidates, 3 cities deciding their future. NCWLIFE wants you to be informed when you cast your ballot in this November's election. That's why we're sitting down with candidates across the ballot for mayor, city council, and school board to talk through the issues and help you make the best choice. Look for those interviews right here on this channel starting October 22nd and on our website, ncwlife.com.
The City of East Wenatchee has put its proposed 2024 budget out for public review. With $28 million in expected revenue, the city will likely spend about $29.7 million next year. That's a decrease of nearly 16% in spending compared to 2023. Offices where budgets will go up next year include the Planning and Street Departments, as well as the East Wenatchee Police Department, which can expect almost $500,000 more than it received this year for a total police budget of $4.7 million. The full budget proposal is available on the city's website. The East Wenatchee City Council plans a budget hearing at its November 7th meeting. The Wenatchee Valley College Foundation Board has announced its officers for the 2023-24 year. Joshua Wood was named board president after serving several leadership roles, including vice president and scholarship committee chair, since beginning his time on the board in 2019. Jordan Jessup, who's been on the board since 2020, will serve as both vice president and development committee chair. The secretary and treasurer spot will be filled by Jennifer Babcock, who will serve as the Budget and Finance Committee Chair. Babcock has been on the board since 2022, and in total, the Foundation Board of Directors has 23 members for the year. A Wenatchee Valley figure known as the Hat Lady has passed on. Ada Bound of Wenatchee died on Saturday. Ada was a social worker and family therapist who, in 2007, became the organizer of the Hat Project, a nonprofit volunteer organization that crafted homemade hats, scarves, mittens, and afghans for children who needed them in Wenatchee and surrounding communities. Her work was profiled by CBS in 2011, and similar hat projects took off around the United States. The effort provided about 8,000 hats to Wenatchee Valley children each year through public schools and youth outreach programs. Ada Bound was 86. A persistent foe of grizzly bear reintroduction into the North Cascades, Congressman Dan Newhouse has introduced a bill to stop the process in its tracks. The Biden administration restarted a proposal this year to bring grizzlies back to North Cascades National Park nearly 30 years after they disappeared from the region. Newhouse has sought to thwart that effort. Today, he introduced legislation that would force the Department of Interior to withdraw its grizzly proposal. The House of Representatives was working today to elect a new speaker after the removal of Kevin McCarthy, so it's unclear whether or if the bill might advance to committee. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center celebrating the opening of a new exhibit last Friday. We'll tell you more about it in tonight's feature story. Sunny and warmer weather is on the way for Thursday and Friday before more of the wet stuff moves in this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
8 different political campaigns, 16 candidates, 3 cities deciding their future. NCWLIFE wants you to be informed when you cast your ballot in this November's election. That's why we're sitting down with candidates across the ballot for mayor, city council, and school board to talk through the issues and help you make the best choice. Look for those interviews right here on this channel starting October 22nd and on our website, ncwlife.com.
Hi, this is Eric Grandstrom, the NCWLIFE Channel Sports Director. While the teams are working hard, we're working hard to bring you 20 broadcasts this fall.
Over the middle, the ball is caught, and just like that, gets through everybody.
It's Eastmont.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
It's Wenatchee.
10-5. Touchdown.
Stephen Cashmere.
Killed by Nell. It's in. Good maneuver. Right footer. Go, 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 go.
Right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
In tonight's feature story, the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center celebrated the opening of a new exhibit last Friday. All the Sacrifices You've Made is a traveling exhibit which will remain at the museum until February. It's made in partnership with the University of Washington students, the Washington State Historical Society, and Borderland Collective, a long-term art and education project. The exhibition offers an intimate look into the sacrifices made by farm workers who migrated to the Wenatchee and Yakima valleys through photos from family albums and recorded oral histories. So far, it's the largest exhibit the museum has shown to honor the contributions of the people collections manager Anna Spencer calls the backbone of the Apple Capital.
This exhibit is coming to us from the Washington State Historical Society, and it is called All the Sacrifices You've Made. And it was put together by a collective of students from the camp program at University of Washington, and also a arts collective down in Texas. And so it's a collection of family photographs and audio interviews with these students and how it relates to their families being migrant farm workers in the Eastern Washington region. It also fits our mission, which is to educate about the history and the rich diversity of our region. And I think this is a perfect example of that in highlighting our migrant farm workers and the agricultural industry, but also giving it a more personal approach, is talking about these families and what they sacrificed to be here and what they've sacrificed through their work in providing. I was reading the newspaper, the Wenatchee World, and there was an article about it being in the Historical Society, the exhibition, and as I was reading it, a name popped out, which was Orful Olmos, and I went to school with Orful, and I've known him since first grade. And so as I read about it more, I realized that this whole exhibit is about people in our area and all the farm workers. And so I brought it to our executive director and our exhibits curator at the time, and I was like, I think this is super important, and I think we should showcase it here because it's about people of our region. And yeah, and then kind of all the balls rolled in place. We've done a smaller traveling exhibit in the past about migrant farm workers in the Braceros program that we've taken as our little traveling exhibit to like the NCW or the fair, and our marketing team has done that, and then we've done articles in our quarterly magazine about the farm workers, but yeah, like never on this scale, so it's really exciting. Over here, photographs and description of the families, and these are just a collection of reprints of artifacts from the Washington State Historical Society archives that kind of relate to, it says like farm workers wanted, and then pictures of actual farm workers and it like being in the industry and in our orchards and stuff like that. Like I said, it is highlighting people from our community and highlighting the migrant farm workers who make the agricultural industry, which is, I feel like, the backbone of our town. Like, we are the apple capital of the world, and there's huge fruit and agricultural labor here in this town, and the majority of that are the migrant farm workers that came here and still continue to work in that industry today.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. Lots of clouds and some rain showers out there again today, and unseasonably cool temperatures. But what a gorgeous shot. Our Natapoc Ridge Sky-Fi Tower camera, of course, overlooking Lake Wenatchee, Kaler Glen Golf Course, and a lot of low hanging big cumulus clouds out there this afternoon. A peak of blue sky, and that pretty much sums up our day. We did see a little bit of sun at times and then some shower activity, but boy, it remained cool. And let's take a look at our 7-day outlook. First, we'll start with our temperatures. Here we are at the bottom of the screen. Look how we're going to warm up. 67 tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-60s pretty much throughout the weekend. But as we jump over to our precipitation forecast, yeah, it goes up to about 35% on both Saturday and Sunday. 50% chance on Monday and Tuesday, and we will get to all those details coming up in a little bit. Not that warm today, as we mentioned. Once again, second day in a row, unofficially at 59 degrees our high temperature. We should be at 64 this time of year. 78 our record high, and that was set in 1988. We were slightly warmer than normal this morning at 46 degrees, 43. Seems awfully cool, doesn't it, as our normal low temperature right now. And how about this? 23, our record low, and that was set in 2009. We did pick up another 2/100ths of an inch of precipitation. Gets us to 3.84 inches for the year. Sunrise 7:14 and the sun sets at 6:21. All right, taking a look at what we can expect for Thursday temperatures. Slightly warmer. We're going to see a lot more sun and some drier weather tomorrow. 64s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. Also Wenatchee at 64. A little warmer up north. Chelan at 65. Omak rather at 66 degrees. Nice day in Leavenworth tomorrow. High temperature of 62. All right, taking a look at tonight, we will see, you know what, let's take a look at the big weather picture once again. And we have low pressure systems and storm systems lined up in the Pacific. Here's the system moving through now. This is Thursday and Friday. Nice weather Saturday and Sunday. And then as we get into the first part of next week, an even better chance for rain as that bigger low pressure moves our direction. All right, tonight we can expect mostly clear skies. There's that first storm system, or I should say the next storm systems that tries to push in. Our first one is now into Montana and Wyoming. So this will be our Thursday and Friday with some clearer skies, sunny conditions out there for Thursday, and a bit of a warm up too. We'll see highs for Thursday Thursday, generally in those mid-60s. And getting into the end of the work week on Friday, Football Friday, as I mentioned, we will be in Cashmere for OMAC in Cashmere for live coverage on Friday night. Mostly sunny skies. Here's that next system wrapping itself up off the British Columbia and Washington coast. Going to be a nice day, though, in the afternoon Friday with high temperatures in the mid-60s. And then things begin to change once again Saturday. Mostly cloudy. I think for most of our day, we're just going to see some clouds moving in. Most of the rain will be in western Washington on Saturday. But look, as we get into Saturday evening, those showers will cross the Cascades and we will see some rain. Sunday, a lot the same scenario as Saturday. Mostly cloudy during the day. Most of the showers in western Washington. And here we go in the afternoon and evening hours. That'll bring us about a 40% chance of rain, mid-60s on Sunday. Kicking off our next work week, cloudy and rain is likely. And we are talking statewide rain showers on Monday. We will cool down a bit with that wet weather. Highs on Monday in the low 60s. And then as we get you into the end of our forecast on Tuesday, some lingering showers Tuesday morning. Most of those should be in the Rockies, but not ruling it out Tuesday morning. Most of that will diminish in the afternoon, so mostly cloudy by afternoon Tuesday. High temperatures about seasonal by next week into the low 60s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 44 overnight tonight. And boy, enjoy these next couple of days, Thursday and Friday. Sunny and mostly sunny, temperatures in the mid-60s. And then a lot of clouds this weekend. Afternoon and evening rain showers possible both Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the mid-60s. Our best chance for rain is on Monday. Cloudy skies, rain is likely in 62. We'll see some leftover showers then Tuesday morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Your high temperature Tuesday at 63 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
8 different political campaigns, 16 candidates, 3 cities deciding their future. NCWLIFE wants you to be informed when you cast your ballot in this November's election. That's why we're sitting down with candidates across the ballot for mayor, city council, and school board to talk through the issues and help you make the best choice. Look for those interviews right here on this channel starting October 22nd and on our website, ncwlife.com.
Hi, this is Eric Grandstrom, the NCWLIFE Channel Sports Director. While the teams are working hard, we're working hard to bring you 20 broadcasts this fall.
Over the middle, the ball is caught, and just like that, gets through everybody. And
It's Eastmont.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
It's Wenatchee.
10-5. Touchdown.
Even Cashmere.
Killed by Nell. It's in. Good maneuver. Right footer. Go, 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 go.
Right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Jonathan Marshall-Shott led the way. Unfortunately, he plays for the Vegas Golden Knights, the defending Stanley Cup champion. Vegas Golden Knights, they raised the banner, they handed out the championship rings, and they went out and kicked some Kraken butt last night. The final, the Golden Knights over the Kraken 4-1 on opening night of the NHL season. Jared McCann scored Seattle's only goal. Philip Grubauer made 24 saves. Next up, for the Seattle Kraken, they'll be in Nashville on Thursday. Well, the Seahawks continue preparations for their game on Cincinnati. It'll be on Sunday morning on the Columbia Broadcasting System. If you watched last week's game, you know that Jamal Adams suffered a concussion after just 9 plays, and he was pretty animated about it as well. Coach Pete Carroll talked about Adams' emotional reaction to getting that concussion.
Oh, on the sidelines. Yeah, he got hit in the head. And whatever happens, I under the pressure of the game, and he had a concussion. He had a legit concussion, and also I think we got to give him a little slack there. I know he apologized, for stuff. I don't even know that he remembers what he said. Because he was knocked pretty good, but he's come back out of it, and I think he's done the very classy thing in how he's handled it from that point.
Both Adams and Trey Brown are expected back on Sunday morning when they take on the Bengals in the Queen City. Remember, Trey Brown, he got a concussion 2 weeks ago against Carolina. Well, I follow the Major League Baseball playoffs religiously. I did not see this coming. Very few people did. The Rangers sweep the Orioles. The Orioles win 101 games. They win the American League East, but they can't get out of the Rangers' way. Texas sweeps the series. Last night they take it 7-1. They move on to the American League Championship Series, and it may very well be an all-Texas series. We shall see. Astros took care of the Twins in Minnesota. The final was 9-1 yesterday, so the Astros have a 2-1 series lead there. And here's your playoff schedule today. It is the Braves and the Phillies on TBS. They get going at 2 o'clock. That series is tied at a game apiece. That'll be followed by the Astros and the Twins at 4 o'clock. You can watch that on FS1. If Houston wins, they will win the series. And then we wrap it up tonight with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Believe it or not, the Diamondbacks can take out the Dodgers. They have the last game. That's at 6 o'clock on TBS. Local sports. The Wenatchee Panther girls soccer team are now tied for first place in the Columbia Basin Big Nine. They were 1 game behind Eastmont until last night. Wenatchee, no problems with Sunnyside on the pitch, 9-1. In the meantime, in East Wenatchee, the Mavericks from Moses Lake beats Eastmont 3-2. So the Panthers and the Eastmont Wildcats tied for first place, and West Valley shut out Davis in girls soccer. In CTL action, Cashmere remains undefeated. They had a tough one up in Chelan, but they got the better of the Goats. The final there was 2-0 on the pitch. Cascade beat Omak 3-0, and in a non-league game, it was Quincy over Brewster 3-0. Girls soccer, smaller schools. Tonasket beat Manson. That's not a misprint. 10-0, and Okanagan took care of Libertyville. No problems there. The final was 6-0. Girls volleyball. The Wenatchee Panther girls volleyball team has yet to drop a set this year. This is a remarkable achievement. They did it again yesterday. Swept aside Sunnyside 25-6, 25-16, 25-11. Moses Lake swept Eastmont in East Wenatchee. The final there was 3-0. And Davis, for the first time in 20 years, Davis beats West Valley in girls volleyball. There is an upset. And finally, in the Caribou Trail League in girls volleyball, Chelan swept Cashmere 3-0. Ellensburg swept Othello, and Ephrata swept Sela 3-1. Don't forget, we'll have Cashmere High School football on Friday night. We'll be in Cashmere as they take on the Omak Pioneers. Looking forward to that. Grant Olson and Brandon Harley with the call, with the kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on the NCWLIFE channel, and that is sports. On the next edition of Wake Up in Angie Valley, Haley will be my guest. You recognize her. She's been on Straight Talk and other stuff about 97 times. She is directing the Music Theater Wenatchee's Fall Musical, which opens in just a couple of days. It's called The Last 5 Years, and she'll be joining me. It's a pretty good show. It's a New York love story without Woody Allen. Doesn't get any better than that. Haley on the next edition of Wake Up in Angie Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.